get a note from the dock and you can get out of here. If the dock says you're good to go, then you're good to leave.
The rain fell right on cue as I stepped out of the doctor's office. A few minutes later, lost, I wandered into some forgotten alley. Just as I was ready to give up and turn back, a figure appeared in the fog. Like an apparition calling to me, I followed it into the mist. As the haze cleared, I found myself standing in front of the old local museum. Propelled forward, I stepped through the doors. I followed the dark and enticing figure to the local museum. Its neglect over the preceding years hadn't tarnished its prevailing beauty. I fretted the gentle rapping of the rain on the roof was deriving a false sense of security. Perhaps it was my sense of duty or an innate stubbornness, but I had no inclination of turning back. The plaque reads, "Here stands the Garaffa, the largest predator indigenous to the Macron asteroid belt. The Garaffa spends the majority of its time hunting and eating other indigenous creatures such as Cygni and Bombani. The Garaffa is best known for its intense yet unusual roar." That roar is pretty iconic these days. They made a horror picture a while back where a Garaffa ended up tearing its way through a rather unlucky crew aboard a star hauler. Although, most folks just remember the end with the foxy dame and her, unmentionables. The plaque reads, "Encased in this exhibit is Lucky, the first fish ever caught on Space Station 52. I'd postulate the name Lucky is meant to be ironic. The anti-grav device still seems to have some life left in it, but I don't see any way of retrieving it. I might be able to disrupt the gravity field with an electromagnet. For that I'd require steel, copper wire, and a power source of some kind." I rifle through the box for a time and find a battery. Everything else looks to be rubbish. Nothing else worthwhile in there. Those are called stanchions, and that's your useless information for the day. And the skylight lights up the mural with a brilliant glimmer, and a stark remembrance of what this place once was.
How am I? Oh! You startled me. Do you make a habit of lurking on ladies in the dark?
You make it a habit of lurking alone in the dark in abandoned buildings. Besides, aren't you the dame that was outside giving me the runaround?
Are you deriving the notion that I don't merit a chase?
Just because you're easy on the eyes doesn't mean you're worth the trouble.
If you keep staring, stranger, I may start charging you. I'm the reporter of the 52 Gazette.
The reporter? As in the one reporter?
What? You deem there isn't much newsworthy around here?
Couldn't really say. Just got here myself. I'm Ed.
Edward Locke. I'm aware.
How did you...
I'm the reporter. It's my business to know.
I'm investigating the murder of my predecessor, Oakley
Baxter, yes, that would make the two of us. But I believe I'm uncovering something much bigger than that.
Bigger than murder?
Pittances, kitten, pittances. Perhaps we could accommodate each other. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
What are you getting at, doll?
Well, I need to get at the information on this map display, but the console needs power first. If you can get me up and running, then I'll let you know, well, what I know.
Sounds like a square deal.
So, you'll need to gain access to the electrical closet behind me. Then route power through the junction boxes to the map display console.
Consider it done.
There's very little I don't consider. It's my
Job. Yeah, I get it. Console for the map display. It's a planter full of water from the leak overhead. The door's locked up tight, but there's a spot to scan a card. The plaque reads, Captain Willoughby Frankel is 52's most famous and revered fisherman. Captain Frankel has been the inspiration behind a multitude of characters and books, including the best-selling Shadow of a Day Gone. Console for the map display. You're a couple cents short of $1 on this one. Looks like a video game on an old silver disc developed here on the space station. The title reads 24 Hours with an Octopus. The display reads the original Killer Man mask used in the filming of Screech. Screech was filmed entirely on Space Station 52 and marks the first time 52 is used as the backdrop for a major motion picture. I remember that one, best known for a twist ending and an unusual use of a doggy door. The plaque reads, an old broken up aquarium. Looky there, a battery inside the tank. Still have some juice, but I don't think I could reach it without incurring some serious lacerations. Maybe that idea is just above my... It's a jagged opening in the aquarium. It's a planter full of water from the leak overhead. The door's locked up tight, but there's a spot to scan a card. The caption reads, Lynx jellyfish. These shocking creatures were the first genetically engineered species born on the space station, the culmination of the work of Dr. Alfonso Lynx. The plaque reads, here sits a construction bot and fabricating materials used in the manufacturing of Space Station 52. Another battery. Looks almost new. The plaque reads... The display reads, Anchor and Rope from True Desire, the first ship to leave 52's docks. The display reads... Whoa, not keen on that idea. Gonna have to put an egg in his shoe so he can beat it. If the clock wasn't ticking away, I'm sure I could discover some true treasures among those boxes. If the clock wasn't... A more poetic man might say that plant is an apt metaphor for this space station. It's a no-go, and the door is permanently sealed. The plaque reads, "Here sits a construction bot and fabricating materials used in the manufacturing of Space Station 52. If the clock wasn't ticking away, I'm sure I could discover some true treasures among those boxes. If the clock wasn't ticking... Box cutter. Seen some use, but it's still choice. Whoa! Oh, why would I do? You're a couple cents short of a... Yeah, don't flip your wig, but that's not gonna work. Yeah, not gonna do that. It feels unfit to be doing this, but I could really use your help. I think you've gone bad. Sorry about that, pal. It'll go to a good cause. Sorry about that. Whoa, not keen on that idea. Gonna have to put an egg in his shoe so he can beat it. Looks like that took the piss out of him. Literally. Shouldn't need this speaker anymore. The urine seems slightly acidic. Smells a bit of ammonia. The urine seems slightly acidic. Smells a bit of ammonia. tell from the fossil. It looks like a lack of attention allowed it to fall from the frame. If the clock wasn't ticking, if the clock console for the map display. You, sure? Why would I do that? The plaque reads, encased in this exhibit is, I'd postulate the name Locke. The anti-grav device still seems to have some life left in it. I might be able to disrupt the... Maybe you come from... Yeah, don't flip your wig, but... Look at this old thing. My father had one just like it. Maybe I can just ignore that no touching please sign and take a little gander inside. Someone must have been stashing their spare access card in here. Unfortunately, the card is downright filthy. That'll even scan in this state. The water has little effect. Gonna need something stronger to clean the card off. Yeah, not gonna do that. It's too dirty to scan it properly. You're... Now I really need a shower. But that did the trick. Took the grime right off. Unlocked. Hey, an old-fashioned BLS chip. I can integrate it with my helmet. This can assist me in operating the older tech on the station. It's a shelf including a few odds and ends. It's a shelf including... The deep blackness beyond the grate feels like it's staring me down. Maybe I should just leave it be. I have to route each sequence one at a time and in numerical order to get the power back up. I have to route each sequence one at a time and in numerical order to get the power back up. Maybe you come from another dimension where... I think... I have to route each sequence one at a time and in numerical order to get the power back up. The energy is insufficient to operate this whole place. But if I route the power, it should be enough for the map console. Pretty sure I saw 3 junction boxes in the previous rooms. They should be marked with red lights.
Well, I need to get at the information on this map display. So,
Console for the map display. Console for the map. How the devil am I gonna get up there? I gotta find a way to reach it. It's a jagged opening in the aquarium. The sculpture is impossible to climb, slick as it is. Maybe I can unearth a different approach to reach that junction box. Makeshift ladder in place. Makeshift ladder in place. Makeshift ladder in place. Make The display reads anchor. The display read. The display read. The display. An incredible fossil. Unfortunately, the plaque has been graffitied over. My mother would turn over in her grave if I reiterated what it said.
Much later.
It's a You, sure about that? The renewed light caused the nail to glint in the umbra. It's a jagged opening in the aquarium. You're trying to get the floor wet, then job well done. I could pour You're trying to get the floor wet, then job well done. It's a jagged opening in the aquarium. It's a planter full. Well, it loosed the battery from the rock, but it's still nevertheless out of reach. It's a bingo. It's a jagged. A more poetic man might say that plant is an apt metaphor for this space station. It's green, we're good. An incredible... Maybe you come from another... plaque read. The display. The plaque read. And the deep blackness beyond the grate fills some spare copper wire. Collision cracked the base just enough to get the anti-grav device free. A miracle didn't break the thing in the first place. Maybe you come from another dimension? Oh, why would I do that? Console for the map. Oh, why would I do that? Yeah, don't flip your... Well, that worked surprisingly well. I watched the light on the anti-gravity generator flicker its last. Turns out dropping a 300-pound exhibit on a piece of technology isn't great for it. Console for the map display. Let's pass.
Okay, enter these coordinates for me. Just as I thought. These localized earthquakes aren't random.
What do you mean?
Someone is targeting specific systems with the quakes.
Looks like someone is taking out failsafe systems. But why? Not exactly a high priority.
Like I said, Ed, there is much more going on around here than just murder.
What was that?
Sounds like it came from the electrical closet.
Let me check it out. Well, this wasn't open when I left it. Ed, don't jump down the scary dark hole just to see what's down there. Ah, crap. The cold air cut through my clothes like I was as bare as a newborn. The oppressive darkness begged me to turn back, especially with a killer likely haunting the blackness. But I felt propelled forward, like I'd been magnetized. I'm sure I've had better ideas. father once said, sometimes you have to brave the darkness to find the light. He's a rotten son of a gun, but sometimes he gives good advice. Whoever the drain jumper was that escaped down here had no problem navigating the dark. This system hasn't been up and running in a long while. The MCPs manage a variety of systems around the station. I should be able to interface with it. It's difficult to describe the stench of these towels. I certainly hope they're actually useful. I hate to think I'm ruining my jacket for nothing. The device appears to deliver a concussive sonic blast. The machinations of a madman, it seems, but this could actually work. An inscription scratched onto the contraption reads, "My red right hand." I sincerely hope whoever devised this weapon is long gone. The cooking pot adorns the marks of an object decades old. Should still do the job, though. The walls and floor are a sort of diary of a maniac. Incoherent ramblings mixed with mathematical equations. It's been eroded away over the years, and I'm no professor, but the math appears at least somewhat sound. I shudder to ponder what the grand plan must have been. The air emitting from the pipe is quite cold. The MCP. What's the buzz? How's it hanging? You know, 'cause you're hanging from a wall. You come here often? Wait, I'm forgetting something. I was able to do some research on this place before I got here. I think I need to say a phrase to activate the bot's interface. What does MCP stand for again? Mother Computing Protocol. Master Control Program.
Welcome, user.
Master Control Program.
Welcome, user.
Master Control Program.
Welcome, user.
air emitting from the pipe is quite cold. Master Control Program.
Welcome, user.
Many versions later.
Well, here's a great idea. Let's use a death ray, made by a madman that was slapped together with spare parts. I'm sure this will end really well. Well, the door's gone. And so is the device, either held up to the blast.